You wake up at 3:47 a.m., not because of an alarm, because your body doesn't let you sleep anymore. You lie there, eyes open, staring at the ceiling. Outside your window, there are 6 armed men. You hired 4 of them. The other 2, you're not sure anymore. Your phone buzzes. 1 message. No name, just coordinates. And 3 words. We found him. You know exactly who him is. Your cousin. The one you grew up with. The one who's been feeding information to your rivals for the last 3 months. But here's what no one tells you about power. It doesn't ask you to make easy decisions. It forces you to destroy everything you once loved. And tonight you have to give an order that will haunt you forever. But you weren't always here. You weren't always the one making these calls. So how did nobody from the streets become the most wanted man in 3 countries? And more importantly, why does this story always end in blood? The beginning, it starts with hunger, not ambition, not greed, just hunger. You're 17. No money, no future. A man approaches you outside a grocery store. He doesn't say much, just hands you a backpack and an address. Deliver this. Don't open it. Come back. $200. More than your mother makes in 2 weeks. Your hands shake the entire walk. Not because you're scared of the police, but because you can feel the weight of what's inside. And some part of you already knows, this isn't a job. This is an entrance exam. You deliver it. You come back. You get paid. Simple. But that wasn't the moment that changed you. That came 3 weeks later. You're in a warehouse, waiting for payment. A man walks in, hands tied, face bloody. 2 seconds later, gunshot. He drops. No screaming, no drama, just silence. And everyone goes back to counting money. You stand there frozen. But you don't run. And that's when they start watching you differently. Because they saw something that night. You didn't flinch. You didn't ask questions. You just adapted. And in this world, that's worth more than loyalty. The jobs get bigger. First, you're moving products across the city. Then across state lines. Then across borders. You learn the routes, the contacts, the systems. You learn who to trust. And more importantly, who to fear. But knowledge isn't enough. They need to know you're willing to cross lines. And that test comes without warning. One night, your boss calls you into a room. Sitting in a chair is a man you recognize. Roberto, a dealer, someone you've worked with. He's been skimming, your boss says. He hands you a gun. Show me you're serious. Your heart pounds. Roberto looks at you, eyes begging. You've shared drinks with this man. He has kids. But you also know the truth. If you don't pull that trigger, someone else will. And then they'll pull it on you too. So you do it. And the moment that bullet leaves the chamber, something inside you dies. But something else wakes up. Something cold, calculated, ruthless. And that version of you, that's the one who survives. That's the one they start calling ready. You're invited to your first real meeting. Not in a warehouse, in a mansion. Crystal glasses, expensive suits, politicians you've seen on television, police commanders sipping whiskey, and at the center of it all, the boss, a man who speaks softly, who never raises his voice. But when he talks, even the politicians shut up. You realize something that changes everything. The cartel isn't outside the system. It is the system. Judges, bankers, generals, all connected, all compromised. Money flows through hands like water, and violence is just a tool. Used strategically, you start managing operations, territories, distribution, enforcement. Millions pass through your hands monthly. But here's what no one warned you about. The higher you climb, the more enemies you make. And some of them are sitting right next to you, smiling, waiting, planning. It happens on a Tuesday. Gunshots, chaos, screaming. The boss is killed during an ambush. 14 men died in 90 seconds. You survive only because you arrived late. Luck? Maybe. Or maybe someone wanted you to survive. Because now there's a vacuum. And vacuums don't stay empty. 3 people want the throne. You're one of them. The other 2 are older, more experienced. But you have something they don't. Information. You know who talks to who. You know who's weak. And you know who can be bought. Over 6 weeks, you move like a ghost. One rival disappears during a fishing trip. His body is never found. The other, you meet him for dinner. He thinks you're forming an alliance. You let him believe that, until dessert, when his own bodyguard puts 2 bullets in his chest. You'd been paying that bodyguard for 8 months. And just like that, no one's left. The throne is yours. You're the boss. And for one brief moment, you feel invincible. But that feeling is the most dangerous lie power tells you. Everything changes. You don't walk into rooms anymore. Rooms go silent when you enter. People don't look you in the eye. They look at the floor. You control routes worth billions. You have politicians on payroll, judges, generals, journalists. Anyone who threatens you disappears. But here's what the movies never show. The loneliness. You can't trust anyone. Not your security. Not your lieutenants. Not even the woman sleeping next to you. Because everyone wants something. And everyone is watching. Waiting for you to show weakness. You start seeing threats everywhere. A driver who takes a different route. A phone call that ends too quickly. A friend who stops meeting your eyes. And then it happens. The betrayal you never saw coming. His name is Miguel. Your right-hand man. 15 years of loyalty. You trusted him with your routes, your money, your family's location. And for 3 months, he's been talking to the DEA. You find out through a contact in the government. Intercepted communications. Recorded meetings. Miguel was building a case to destroy you. In exchange for immunity. In exchange for a new life. With your money, you sit with this information for 2 days. Not because you're unsure, but because it hurts. Real betrayal doesn't come from enemies. It comes from people who've seen you cry. You invite Miguel to your estate. He walks in smiling. You pour him a drink, and for a moment you consider forgiveness. But then you remember, in this world, mercy is suicide. You don't pull the trigger yourself. You watch, and when it's over, you feel nothing. That's when you realize the truth. You've become the monster you once feared. They come for you on a Sunday morning. Not the police, not rivals, your own men. Paid off, turned, flipped, doors kicked in, flashbangs, gunfire. You make it to the safe room. 90 seconds of silence, then smoke, then darkness. When you wake up, handcuffs, cameras, headlines. The empire you built crumbles in hours. Your accounts are frozen. Your allies are gone. Your name becomes a warning, a story parents tell their children. And in your prison cell, you finally understand. You were never the king. You were just the next piece to fall. This is the truth no one tells you. The throne isn't a reward. It's a countdown. Every boss before you ended the same way. Arrested, killed, betrayed. And you thought you'd be different. You weren't. Because power doesn't protect you. Paints a target on your back. The higher you climb, the more people want to watch you fall. And in the end, the empire wasn't your kingdom. It was your coffin. You just didn't know you were already inside. So if you ever dreamed of this life, of the money, the power, the fear in people's eyes, remember this: you don't control the empire. The empire consumes you, and when it's done, there's nothing left. Not your name, not your legacy, just silence. And the next man foolish enough to sit on that throne.